Good day, chat. Welcome back to today's live chat. Right, so I can see that we've got sound working. Now let's see. Okay, so where's the news? News was here. I've marked out these. Right, let's see if we go here. Right, so we've got this massive gap to fill. So we might definitely see some sort of a push up to at least 50% of this gap. Let's just make a put a marker here and we call it 50% open gap. So I'm going to put this into a 1 minute. So let's see if this is still right. Yes. Okay, so I can take this out again. Okay, so if we look for buys today, that would be a target for us. This level here, this 261 level. All right, but we are gonna sit tight, consolidation, guys, manipulation, run some liquidity here. If this is real manipulation, we want to see expansion or reversal, pullback. But we have to wait and see. The fair value gap there, I'm not going to mark that. That's not the first presented fair value gap. I'm actually going to take this one out. And then let's follow along. Alright, so let's go to a 1 hour and see where we're at. Now we've consolidated, we broke out of the bottom end of the smaller range. Now let's see, I mean, it's been bearish with this, which is fine. I mean, we could hover around, I don't know, maybe to the downside here, because this is a 1 hour. Okay, so let's take this off, let's take this off, clean chart, let's see what happens. Remember, this is good liquidity, so we're running. So let's see if we want to, just gonna call it liquidity. Liquidity. Now let's see what price does. Okay, so that's a swing point here. This is liquidity grab, this is manipulation, looks like it. So if we get a nice big push close above here, that's going to indicate some sort of a long for me. Close above the 50% of this wick here. Looks like it, yes. 50% around there. Close, we might just test this to go up again. But at this point, I'm not touching it. And this is the power of this momentum tool for me. Yeah. There was a move down for us earlier. This was at, what is it? 97. So there's at least your 10 points there. But yeah, so this is obviously bearish. £10. See if we can take 500 off here. Hi guys. Alright, so let's see if we can get that pushed down here. So I want to get to this low. Yeah, which should be fine. This is a key level. Pretty violent here. It's going to lock in that stop if we decide to run there. Alright, let's see. Consolidation again. See if we can push down here. Not the best price action, yeah. I was looking at this rejection, yeah. Let's see if we can target these lows here. Alright, that's I'm not going to say a nice trade because we had this back and forth here. This is obviously not the best price action. I thought we will go there much quicker than sitting through that. But hey, that's $500 in there. And I do believe we most probably going to go push a little lower here. That's obviously not anything to tell anybody to short, educational purpose only. There's no setup here from I mean, if you really look at it, we've been going down. We left this massive gap. I've marked out this 50% of the opening gap. So if we want to go higher, if we reject here and run higher, that would be a target. But I don't know. Now we're running lower here. Okay, so these liquidities all been taken now. Got these equal highs right here for us. And let's see if you want to go there. Equal highs. One, two, three. Now far away from the bottom here. Still a way to go. I just want to see if there's under liquidity up here. I mean, there's equal highs here as well. No, it's not. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through here. There's equal highs here. Now the equal highs here. All right, so I mean, we can work out as many. I mean, there's a target up there, there's a target, there's a target. Okay, so we've got 3 targets here. Now we have to sit and wait. We're still stuck in this range, guys. So I hoped that this 830 candle was going to do something much bigger, but obviously it didn't. So maybe nothing yet. I can't trade this momentum indicator because this dotted line direction is down, and the momentum here is dying up, accelerating, dying up, accelerating, dying up, accelerating. So I don't know if this is going to chop around till the red line makes a little turn and then run higher, or is it just going to turn here up higher. Let's see. Might be a bit of a danger push here, because this potentially could maybe just run this liquidity and then sell off. But even try for the higher. All right, so I'm taking this long here. Hopefully this will create a fair value gap for us and that support price to go higher. I'm not taking this gap here because this is the opening candle and this is going to be the first presented opening gap. Okay, so I'm a bit early in this, and the reason I'm taking this is lots of consolidation down, manipulation, and now it looks like break of structure here. This break of structure, this momentum up, I'm taking it. I'm going to try and push and see if we want to go through these equal highs to the next set of equal highs. But I've got to be careful here because we could bounce and come all the way back down. I'm going to put my stop there, just below the first presented fair value gap. Fair value gap. All right, so let's see how price reacts here at the equal highs. I like the momentum, and this momentum can actually continue to 50% of that opening gap. I like this slice through, so I want to reduce my risk here, but this could potentially come back into this fair value gap and then bounce higher. So for now, I'm just gonna sit tight and see, maybe it finds support on this equal highs here and then bounce up. There's a fair value gap, there's a fair value gap. Yeah, so let's see. All right, so let's see. Just give it time to breathe here. I'll just mark out these fair value gaps. See, luckily this time around we're outside of the fair value gaps and not between the two. If price comes back in here and gets stuck here, then I'm most probably just going to take it out. That's nice equal highs up there at the 202 levels, so I want to see price actually bounce from here. 2 minutes, then we now macro time. So it'd be good if we can see that push higher. And I'm not going to be greedy here, and I'm not going to push this target out to the 50%, but I really do think we're going to target this 50%, which is at 263. Okay, so I'm going to actually move my stop to break even here. If we come back now, I don't want to get, I'm happy to take that $2,600 there plus the 500 from earlier, just over 3,000 for the opening 20 minutes. Important now is we broke above there, but we didn't close above it. But we've got this white candle pin into this fair value gap and close aggressively above this candle. So we could, test this and then run higher. But let's see. Like the reaction so far, but now I need to see price go higher from here. It's really going to be annoying if price actually going to stop me out here. Come on, see the bounce. Let's see the bounce. Push, push, push. You can do it. I'm literally banking that this swing low will hold in this fair value gap It's respecting 50% of that fair value gap. I know there's a first fair value gap here, and there's a very good chance for price to spike through it. I mean, it's not a good chance, but it can happen. And because we close above this equal highs, I'm really trusting price to hold. Now we've got a new swing low here. Now I need to see price go above these swing highs. Come on. Bring the bacon to daddy. Come. You can do it. I know you want it. I'm going to show you guys now why I also thought longs is going to play out here today. Oof, so close. Just spiked through it now. Okay, there we go. All right, so that was a good trade. And yeah, so just to break it down again, we had this liquidity build it up here before market open, created nice equalize, and then the manipulations start to go down and run liquidity. Then it ran aggressively up, again aggressively down, aggressively up, break of structure. We've entered, never tested. This is probably like a breakaway gap. Create a new fair value gap, tested it, run up, and then all the way through these equal highs into our second target of equal highs. Now I'm probably gonna sit and watch and see. So this is interesting. See the way price close aggressively above these equal highs, that tells us it's bullish. So fair value gap, we tested reaction, and now we're there. We stopped right in our tracks there. We spiked through it and close below it. So this might take price all the way down to these fair value gaps now. Okay, so we did $3,220. See if we can go to that gap up there. Sure if you can hear the noise, but that's a thunderstorm outside my window. Right, so let's look at those entries. So here we sold down here, took profit here. Then we bought up here and closed right at those equal highs. And that's enough for me in one day, in one session, obviously to walk away and not try some silly stuff now. I mean, I could have, I don't know, trail my stop and try to get that home run, but I'm happy with what I pulled out. Any trades on the chat? just want to go to an hourly quickly. That's basically where I thought this is where we're going to go lower, but now we've got all this. These are equal highs here. I'm going to take this one out because we've run this. Equal highs up here. So 50% is right here. So we could easily get to the 50%, but that could be a nice target that equal highs at 547. 24, 547, yes. Let's see what it looks like on. Okay, so consolidation, manipulation, expansion. This could pull back into this black candle. Let's see where it wants to go. Nice liquidity as well. That's why. But let's see. Let's keep an eye on it. Now it's pulling back. And that's why it's good not to be greedy. And I would have been stopped out here if I left the position on. Running this low, bouncing off here. Why is that a good trade? Because of this as well. See that 50% lined up with this fair value gap and the swing low. This aggressive move down make people anxious. It spikes in it, nobody takes that trade, and then it reacts immediately. See if we can take this high. Should have tried a straight down here. Little fair value gap. Let's see if I want to hold price here for us. Come on. I'll take this high out now. If we close above that, that should take us to that profit target. Come on, bounce, bounce, bounce like a rubber ball. Let's see if we can keep this low intact here and target these highs now. Okay, run that little swing point. Now I want to see if we can run higher. So I'm going to set up then this, ran the low and then bounce, ran the low, and now I want to see it bounce. Hate it when price struggles like this. Gosh. Turn around to that upside, not down, up, 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 up. That's not good. That's not good. That's what happens if you think this is a cheap trade. Consolidation, manipulation. Let's see if we can get expansion up here. Okay, let's see if we can now break this low highs. See this, all this liquidity here. I want us to push through now. I thought the momentum was behind us here. Obviously not. Okay, there we go. Just gonna leave that there because I don't want it to come down again. And I'll rather be out. Gosh. It's amazing how it doesn't trip me in there. The only thing that worries me now is that we've run these highs, this comes down now. I'm just going to close that trade there because I don't trust it. I don't know why I don't get filled on those spikes lately. Might still run up, but 3,500, that's fine. I was trying to get to 4,000, but it is what it is. Hey guys, quick lesson. Trading is not about the the dollar signs. I mean, you don't come sit here every day and say, okay, I want to make $4,000. Trading should be about, I'm sitting in front of my computer, I am gonna master my strategy, the process. I have a plan, and it needs to set up according to my plan. If it doesn't set up according to your plan, there's nothing to do. There's not let's try this, let's try that, because that's not the plan. The plan is not to come sit and try. The plan is to sit down and execute a system, a strategy, a process that you believe in and trust. And if you can't do that, you will never be profitable. Simple. Okay, so we ran this liquidity here. Don't actually know breaking structure here. So there might be some sort of a short here coming back to this first fair value gap. Not promising much, but let's see. Maybe there's so we inverse this fair value gap. We ran liquidity. We break structure here. So it's a very good chance that we might see selling taking place here. if you decide to take any shorts here, guys, you're going against a structural move here. So you can't expect price to run all the way down and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a risky trade if you decide to take anything here. Because the structure is still bullish on a lower time frame. But gosh, and it's not happening. Nothing's happening. Guys, feel free to ask me any questions in the chat if you want me to go over or through something. Yeah, fire away. So interesting, we ran liquidity here, we ran liquidity there, and now we're stuck between these two liquidity points. Yes, okay, so we've got a question on how to mark out a fair value gap. All right, so I want you to look at this white candle, this black candle, and this little white candle here. A fair value gap obviously gets printed between three candles. This candle's low is there, and this candle's high is here. That gap between the high of the third candle and the low of the previous candle, that's your fair value gap. And that basically is just momentum is pushed so hard, because normally if you look at all these other candles, it will fill each other all the time, because it had time to do that. The minute you see a big candle like this, there was just no back and forth, and therefore it forms this big void, this big gap. And yeah, those gaps are important. It acts as support, resistance, and all of those funny stuff. And if you really want to mark, I mean, just look at it. Just go and mark these things out, and you see there's a big push up, break of structure, fair value gap. That's becomes support. This is where you normally can take a long entry, target the highs or whatever if you want to trade it like that. But it's not as simple as just take every single fair value gap and just trade it, because fair value gaps are really good. It's algorithmic and it tells a lot. Like this fair value gap here, this fair value gap here. This is the first fair value gap. This is normally the first one since sorry, I just lost my train of thought there. Okay. All right, the target up is here at this 50% of this opening range, opening gap, not opening range, is 263. And the reason for this gap is if you trade, go to regular trading hours. Sorry, we are at that. Electronic trading hours. Sorry. Regular trading hours. That's where, that's the gap between when the market stopped yesterday at 1600 hours and where the market opens today at 9:30 a.m. It removes all the trading in between, and that's the gap. And there's a very good chance 70% of the time when it gaps down like this, it retraces back to 50% and then continue, consolidate, or run right through it. That's a good target, but that's not always a target. We've used that just to see what the markets might, likely to do. But we had enough equal highs here to target our place our targets at. Okay, so maybe let's type this down. 24,626. 24,626. Right, so I've tried to explain or answer the question on the fair value gaps. I see it's been deleted, so I don't know if that answered the question. Okay, so this fair value gap we can take out because there's a little gap here. That's the IFVG. That's where price went into to go higher. And there's a new fair value gap here. So you need to be picky on your fair value gaps. And here you can see it gapped down, it folded. So it's rebalanced here. So now it's just a matter of where we want to go to. Are we going to continue lower to fill these other gaps? This gap's pretty much filled, but not this first fair value gap that formed. And price could go sideways here again, because we really didn't choose a direction today. I thought the news would have helped, but it didn't. Let me look at something else. Okay, good. Let me see something quickly. I want to see what's the news like for next week. Okay, let's see. Next week. Right, so next week we've got a jam-pack, week of read for the news. We've got PMI. We've got non-farm employment changes, non-farm payroll, everything. So it's going to be hectic, and I hope and trust that next week will send us in a direction. And yeah, it's just one of those things. We're stuck in this bloody range that makes trading a bit difficult. The minute we hit direction, trading is going to be much simpler, much straightforward, and easier to trade. That's the time when everybody who trades Nasdaq and all of that going to think it's easy to trade financials till they hit a big consolidation again. All right, so we're pretty much stuck in this range again, or a smaller range. Like here, we're building up liquidity. I'll show you guys that's liquidity building up there, and there's somewhat of liquidity building up here. Looks like triangles, but it's lower highs and higher lows. Means we're squeezing price, and then what normally would happen, you consolidate like this, you manipulate, and then you expand, or you just expand, or you manipulate and expand the opposite side. So how some people trade this, so they would mark out where price is rejecting and where price, and that's their range. When price come into that range, they would look to sell it to 50% of the range. If it make another low, they'll try to take it back to 50% of that range. Right, looks like we're gonna keep moving sideways here. Guys, don't forget to like this video or this live stream. It always helps. Right, let's see. It's exactly what happened yesterday. It went nowhere, and the minute we end the stream, then it moved. Did anybody on the chat take any trades today? Anybody? Still stuck in a range here. Not much to enter anything off. Come on, anything. No move. Are we stuck now? We moved up here. We ran those liquidities, and now it's just not happening. Right, so now we're starting to move out of this little, I don't know what you call it, liquidity. Let's see if it wants to run this one. Okay, so for now we only ran this one low here. We didn't come to this one. There's pretty equal lows there. This one ran this one, so I'm going to take this one off and mark this out like this. Okay, so I don't know, I think price is just gonna range here. And it's pretty much, this was the trade that I took. I don't think this is anything that I want to take part in. What I will do is, I think to the PM session is between 2 and 3 that I will be back online to do some scalping. And yeah, if you want to join, feel free to jump on and see how we use this momentum indicator here to scalp the market. Okay, let's see if this wants to do something. Not gonna do anything. It's like that momentum is pushing for that equal lows now. Just want to see if I can get this. Come on. Push, push, push. Okay, well, that didn't work. See, this gap's holding it down. I preempted this trade for this momentum through here. See how quickly it changed. But I'm hold on a bit and see. Okay, so now it looks like momentum wanna give us that push. Break it. Okay, let's see if it can hold now. Gosh. Come on. Stuck. Stubborn and stuck. Just refuse to go to that liquidity. Just refuse. Come on, spike through it. You can do it. Gosh, give us more than that. Okay, I'll take that off. Okay, so 3.7. Okay, and of course it will drop further. Of course it will drop further. Okay, well that's nice. This one here, this one here. You never know how far a candle will wick through equal highs and equal lows. So that's why, because it was struggling to get there, that's why I would rather manually just take it off. I don't even know how much was that. 240. Right, so now we've got these liquidity and these swing points here, all liquidity. So we could potentially see a turnaround here to go up into there. I'm not saying it will happen. That could also happen because we've got all this liquidity. That liquidity was run. That liquidity was run. This liquidity is now run. So what, are we going to drop through the floor, or would it make sense to go up here? Alright, so far it looks, well, I was going to say it looks good. How much was that? 169. That was easy 20 points. Okay, let's see. Looks like it's working. Let's see if we can get there. Come on. These are now your targets. These are your targets. Equal highs. If you ran equal lows, now go for those equal highs. And maybe not. Okay, so that's out of that. High resistance, guys, that's what it is. Equal highs, aggressively go there, and then, I mean, I could have taken 10 points. This is probably going to turn around here and go back up there. I mean, that's how it is when you trade in a range. Again, this red line did say small downside to this, then upside. This is probably from this low rolling over, and this is now forming equal lows. And that's what you have there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this because equal lows is right there. So this might spike through, bounce off this fair value gap, and then run higher. And that would put you at 50% right now. Deep discount if smart money wants to buy this to go higher. And this is like 3 equal highs type of thing. So gosh. Now let's see how it plays out. We're just gonna drop, or we're actually gonna let's see that black candle closed at those equal lows, the body. So let's see if we're gonna spike in here and then close above. See how this 50% holds. So we threw it, but we're still holding here. So if we close below this, then maybe we want to go lower for whatever reason. There's no fair value gaps here. So there's nothing I could try and look for a place of entry to sell down. Okay, so this is probably going to turn into an IFVG now. And just want to see. Nope. Got to close below it. See if we can retest this. See if we can get higher in there. Gosh, are we not going to get it? Are you sure? Oh boy. Okay, so now let's see. Interesting. Interesting. So how does week close below that 50%? So we closed below it, we wick through it, we closed below 50%, and not sure what this candle wants to do. Good if this one can close down. And form a nice swing high there, then I should be taking this. Come on, close below, stay like that. Okay. So now we've got the swing high in place here. Now we need to get through this lows. And not get stuck. That's the main thing, yeah. Okay, so there's that one. Still 2-3 up for the day, or for the session though. Stupid trade up here. I should have taken profit at my 10-point move, but this is also fine. So from here, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is a target. I'm not going to take any further trades. I'll just leave it. All right, we're going into the macro now. And then that's the end of the stream, because then I hit my time that I'm not going past. I don't take any trades. Then obviously I'll come back later for PM session, and then it's going to be purely just scalp trades. See how much money we can take from that. We ran this liquidity here, and now this high here is important. Close above that, and we could make our way back up to these equal highs. But I don't know. Okay, let's see. Right, so let's see. I think maybe this thing wants to do something down here and leave this for later. That's what I think is going to happen, yeah. I think when we come back after lunchtime, that's what we're going to target up here. Might be wrong, but I think that's where I'm going to end this stream. First of all, thanks for your time and joining and your feedback and all of that. Hope you guys learned something here today. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, like this video. And then if you're keen, come join me at 2 o'clock and we go through that hour and see if there's anything to take out of the market then. But for now, I'm going to go and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Cheers for now. Bye.